On the way.
Yeah.
Not married, so I couldn't have an affair.
Okay.
Not interested in Corvettes or polo ponies. So I decided to buy back my childhood and get either things that I had or things that I wish I had. Can I run into the other room and bring you my
Please.
latest toy? Okay,
Yes,
don't go away.
I am joined by my fellow co-host. He is the guitarist for the LA Guns. It's Ace Vaughn Johnson. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am amazing, excited, can't wait to get this started.
Same. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to be here, and thank you for having me to co-host with you.
Yes, it's always great to have you. I think this is your third or fourth time hanging out. Me, your dogs, you got your coffee or whatever's in your cup. We're going to get this started. So
Could be bourbon.
It could possibly. We might figure it out.
It's coffee.
It's coffee. Okay, sounds good. Well, without any further ado, we are going to welcome our guest. He is the wonderful, the fantabulous, Mr. Cam Clarke.
Is he here?
He's here. He's arrived.
Welcome.
How's it
Hi,
going?
guys.
Hi.
Hey.
First of all, love everything going on here. We already complimented you earlier, but we love everything. Your backdrop is sensational. You are sensational, my friend.
Stop it right now. Okay, you're in the will.
Oh, thank you. So good. Well, then this stream is now ended. No, that's not what we're here for. This is so exciting. We kind of wanted to start, and maybe we talked about it a little bit before we got started, but we wanted to know about some of your fandoms when you were growing up. Were you into cartoons, horror? What makes Cam Cam?
Oh, wow. That's for my psychiatrist, but
Okay.
Been like Ace, I've been a horror fan since I was a tiny kid. I had a subscription. Ace, you probably remember this magazine, or you probably remember this. It was on stone tablets. Famous Monsters of Filmland. And my dad graced the cover one episode. So monsters, monster models. In fact, I was just talking to a girlfriend today. Her stage name was Heather Young. We did a play back in the 70s together. And I was like, I am not worthy to be in a show with you. To this day, she was one of my best friends. Her name she doesn't use the name anymore, Heather Young. And she was one of the stars of Land of the Giants. Wow. Which was an amazing show about little human guys that landed on this planet of giants. And she always, I'm giving you more information than you want. She always poo-pooed her show, that it was just this dumb science fiction thing. And she's going to be here in LA in October to sign autographs. She put it down. And I said, I do these conventions all the time. I do material shows that are for kids. Your show was for kids, but you were in my living room every Saturday night, and don't you be putting down this show that I waited for. And because I've seen how important what I've done is to the fans. And I went, honey, I know it's not Shakespeare what you did, but people love you. And she said, well, thanks, for that. She, it's just like, that's not what I meant. If that makes sense.
No, it does. It's our Shakespeare, I totally understand. Yeah, for sure.
I think it's pretty normal for all of us artistic types to be sort of hypercritical of our own work and self-deprecating as well.
Self-deprecating. There's the word. I'm always asking people, or people say thing. I go, well, I don't know if you remember, but as opposed to just say it. But it's part of the you like me, you really like me thing that often makes us be performers or, want to be in that kind of a public place world thing.
Yeah.
For sure. Ace?
Oh, well, so I understand.
Wake up, Ace. Stay with me.
Sorry. Let me drink more coffee real quick. So I understand that you collect toys, and I was wondering what inspired you to start repurchasing a lot of your childhood toys.
I wish I was on a laptop so I could, but I could
give us a
my,
tour.
my toy room.
And if you had a prize, like a specific prize piece in your collection, what would that be as well?
Well, I could run out and bring you my most recent purchase, but just to answer your question is midlife crisis, which you two are not there yet, but you will be.
On the way.
Yeah.
Not married, so I couldn't have an affair.
Okay.
Not interested in Corvettes or polo ponies. So I decided to buy back my childhood and get either things that I had or things that I wish I had. Can I run into the other room and bring you my latest toy? Okay,
Yes,
don't go away.
All right, everyone, nobody move.
Nobody move.
Nobody breathe. By the way, we do see all of your questions and comments that are happening in the comment section. So keep them coming and we will definitely get to those momentarily while we are waiting for Cam's return. And Ace, what do you think? What do you think he's getting? Any guesses?
I hope it's something sort of macabre.
Okay.
What do we got? Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Is this the sweetest dashboard you've ever seen?
That's very cool.
1960. It doesn't have batteries now, but I mean, well, I can't do it in the camera, but like the blinkers, where the horn would work, blah, 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 the windshield wipers. Townsend Coleman, Michelangelo from the Turtles, helped me find this online. So yeah, this is my latest piece, but I collect everything from Barbies to lunch boxes and Hot Wheels.
That is so not what I was expecting you to bring out, but so much better.
I can bring out little Kittles. I can bring out Matchbox cars, monster models, you name it. I got it.
And that's so cool that you have people also helping you find these rare pieces. That's so cool of Townsend to do that as well.
Uh-huh.
So is there like a piece in that you don't have yet in your collection that you're hoping to have one day? Like the Holy Grail, so to speak.
Okay. I promised myself with my collection that I would not be one of those people. Sorry if you're one of those people, as I say this, whoever's listening, whose collection would spill out into the rest of their home.
Mm-hmm.
I have a room. It's where my piano is and my toys. And there's not the real estate for what I'd love to add. I want to buy my Schwinn bike back, big stuff, but there's just not room. My Major Matt Mason, I have some of the space guys, but I don't have room for the space station.
The humanity. Yeah, that's I understand. Yeah. Got to keep it contained, Cam. Keep it contained. So
yeah, the Barbies have already, and the Barbies are what started it actually.
Was it a particular Barbie?
No, it was but my parents were very forward. I mean, I don't think they didn't know they were forward, but I liked what we would call girl toys just as much as boy toys. I played with Matchbox and Hot Wheels and trains, but I also loved me some Barbie, and they never gave me grief about it. There was no shaming. Like for my 7th birthday, I wanted Miss Barbie with the wigs so you could change her hair. And they're like, all right, I'm not all right, but there it was wrapped, or Christmas. And it was just, he's being creative. Cause I do, what do you call them? Those things you do in a shoebox, you set up a
diorama.
Yes.
And, and I do stuff like that. I dress them up. And one of my favorites was I take the Barbies and I go into my mom's scarf drawer. Yeah. Ladies used to have scarf drawers. I wrap all the Kens and Barbies in scarves like togas. And we had these these 2 end tables that had like pillars, like Roman, the legs would just look like columns. So I'd all set them up in there. And then I go, oh no, it's a volcano. So the feminine side of me wants to set the stage, and the boy part, as you know, Ace, wants to destroy.
Yes.
So,
but I loved that your parents encouraged that. That warms my heart so much. I love hearing that. And my parents too. Like I was in my, like when I was growing up, it was always Polly Pocket. I didn't want Polly Pocket. I wanted what was it, Max, Monster Max or something.
Yeah, Mighty Max or whatever it was.
Mighty Max, right?
Mad
and I
Max
see people in the comments too talking about they had My Little Ponies and G.I. Joes and Transformers. I mean, like this is the world that we should be living in. With
girls seem to get some slack, like, oh, she's a tomboy, she loves wearing her overalls and da 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 da. In my day, girls could have their cowboy hat and their pistols or whatever, but if a boy wants to wear a tutu,
sure.
So it's I'm really fortunate because girls, they laugh at a girl who wants to play with her brother's trucks, but they didn't laugh at the boy who steals his sister's Barbie kind of thing. Well, yeah, I was fortunate.
I was going to say thank you for being authentically you. I can't imagine you any other way. So I'm glad you did exactly that. Yeah. And it's certainly gotten you very far. And kind of to pivot ever so slightly, one of my favorite things that I read off of IMDb, the way that you were described as having a smooth voice that can quickly go from high-pitched and wavy to deep and rock steady. I thought that was such a cool quote. So what I wanted to know is, has your unique voice ever been utilized in ways outside of your roles? Like, calling into school sick one day when you felt like skipping or something along those lines.
Well, to back up a little bit, sure. One of my favorite radio spots, I don't remember what it was for, but I was probably 40 at the time. It was an ad, maybe it was for life insurance or something like that. Within the ad, he starts out with his skateboard, and then he gets his bike, and then he goes to college, and then he has a family until it's time for him to retire. And within the 60-second spot, the voice needed to go all the way to from roller skates and not trikes, but skateboards, to retirement. Has it been used outside? I can't say that anyone has employed me outside. Oh, one of my first voiceover jobs, though, this isn't directly answering, it is a voiceover job, but I had a friend who was one of the first guys to do phone sex lines. And these weren't live. Back in the early 80s, you'd call like these, we just called them 976 lines. Does that Oh yeah, okay, you're both are just busted. You both, yeah. Oh yeah.
1-900 numbers that are showing up in my parents, they're like, what is this? What is she calling? Like, what is this? Oh God, go ahead, Cam. So, I don't want to embarrass myself.
These were 2-minute recorded messages, and I hope there's no children here. I mean, I'm not going to get naughty, but they were 2-minute. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that's it. Da 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 da. And I did the British schoolboy, and I did this thing, oh, that's exactly how I want it, and I did the cowboy, and then I did the New York cop thing, and there's like 10, and surfers need sex too, so right, right, everybody, surfers need sex, just British schoolboys need sex, wouldn't you say, everyone? Canceled.
Please. I think we need to put these on bumper stickers and t-shirts and sell them at the next conventions, Cam. This is I love it. That's such a fun.
And then so you're going, oh yeah. Beep. Call-ins. just like so many of my dates.
Oh my God. Oh.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to segue real quick here.
Yeah,
So,
quickly.
okay, you were a contestant on Super Password in 1985, but also on Celebrity Family Feud. Is there a game show out there that you'd love to be a contestant on, maybe now or previously, if you could choose?
Oh, golly. I'd like to go back, and Password is back. I've seen.
Yes.
I would like to reclaim my dignity from my horrible failure. At which time, as if you've done your homework, you know that's where I met Townie, where I met Townsend Coleman, was on Super Password.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, we were in the talent pool together. Lockdown, hostage day 42. And we bonded there, not knowing that we would end up being best friends for the next 40 years working together, because he had just arrived, from the Midwest. And some fan went on the show and screen grabbed and put Townie next to me on an image. If you're watching, post it. So I want to redo from Password, and I want someone besides Patty Duke. God rest her soul.
Duke, though.
What?
Yeah, but, what?
No, she was scary on the game show.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair. But I was also going to say, I don't think people realize, like, when you're a contestant on a game show, how highly pressurized the situation is. Like, stuff that maybe you would think sitting alone at home, but when you're like having these lights, camera, action on you, it's so hard. Yeah.
Have you guys ever done a game show? Have you been on a game show? What one?
No, I had to think.
Okay. So I did, I've done a couple. So the first one I did, you've never heard of it, Cam, but it was a game show called Exit that was on the Sci-Fi Channel about 10 years ago. And I won $10,000 for answering trivia questions in a Japanese setting, high intense pressure situation, where each room, either you fell to your death, as they called it, you froze to death, the ceiling collapsed on your head. It was pretty cool. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, it was neat.
You rehearse just like anything. You rehearse for, as you know, you probably did too. You rehearse. Mm-hmm. They have you in the green room and you rehearse. I had a rehearsal partner. She and I pretty much wiped the floor with everybody. She goes on before me. The coordinators, as you probably know, they hold names in their hand, and then they just go like this, like pick a card, any card, to the producer, who goes like this to choose who's next. So it's totally random. She gets pulled. She's already won like 5 times, and then I'm finally called. She and I had such a blast. We do our first little thing. We get ready to go to commercial break, and I go like this on camera. I didn't think this was a bad thing. And I've asked people to go, no, that's not a bad thing. We were doing like this. Yeah, I'm going to get you thing. And I went like this, like this.
Sure.
Commercial, God comes out of the booth and he leans down into me like this. He goes, what was that? And I went, she's my pal. And I was just going, neener,
Yeah.
I said, I was just trying to be funny. Well, don't. All right, we're back. So I'm already off. I'm off. And the coordinator, because I was like the 3rd day before I even got called, she said, Cam, I had you in my hand from the first game and you just weren't called. So it was just the luck, literally, the luck of the draw. Yes. But I was scarred.
Oh,
Patty Duke was mean.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm no longer a Patty Duke fan. Man, Patty Duke.
But I love Sean. But I love you, Sean.
Shout out, Sean. But
Sean Astin.
I mean, like this, I love, and I feel like if you did this now on television, people would eat it up. So I'm like,
have you ever heard? This isn't like The Finger or.
This is adorable. I love it.
Have you ever seen this as being, had anybody interpret this as naughty?
That seems like the least offensive thing I could think of.
No. And now, Cam, when I see you at conventions, this is how I'm greeting you. So.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Good. If that's what does it for me, so be it. I'll be canceled for Cam. I don't care. So before we did start talking, you briefly mentioned, and this is the words that I got from the conversation, King family quiz.
Any of you King family folk listening to this? I know a couple of you wrote me. My cousin Zan, who also, Ace, is the co-star with my father in The Hideous Sun Demon. Y'all check it out. Cousin Zan, she was 6 years old. She uncovered some 1,000 questions. We were at a retreat, my cousins. 1,000 questions that our fan club president back in like 1980 put together. And one of them, and this, if you guys aren't going to even know this show, but if any of you are of a certain age, you will. One of the questions was, what show replaced the King family in 1969? Do 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 do. Anyway, none of us knew, and this story is going to has no button really, other than that it was Room 222, which was one of my favorite shows growing up, and one of my dearest friends was one of the leads on that. So as soon as we got that, I had to write him immediately and say, "You ruined our career."
Oh my gosh! There's people that were
David Jolliffe.
David
Jolliffe. He played
Jolliffe.
Bernie with this big red fro.
Aww.
Big, huge red hair. It was a school show. Room 222 was about high school.
Oh, yeah, there was people trying to guess in the comments.
Oh, yeah? I should have waited.
It was not The Outer Limits, Room 222. But
Outer Limits, we replaced in 65. So you're not out of the, it's just backwards, Laura. Yeah.
Yes. But they already appeared to know that. So, okay, here we go. We're going to pivot again ever so slightly, and then we're going to go to some questions from the viewers. So, obviously, and I've told you this in person before, and I'm going to tell you this again, you have impeccable fashion taste. And I want to know, what is maybe a fashion trend, maybe from recently, or maybe, in the past decades, that you think shouldn't be a thing? Is there a fashion trend that you're like, I don't like it?
Ladies, leggings are not pants. I mean, unless you're a swimsuit model or a track star, put some pants on. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants.
Right. Especially when
maybe you do, Ace. Maybe you do. But put some pants on.
The fifth.
As I'm wearing leggings right now, but that's okay. You can't see it anyway. But I was gonna say the most bizarre thing is like when they're like flesh colored leggings too. Like, let's not.
I took a picture of a lady. I was in the airport going to some Comic-Con, whatever, and I almost peed my pants. I thought this big gal in nude colored leggings, and I was like, oh my God. Does she know she's not wearing any pants?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a double take.
Yeah.
I became a teenager in the 70s. So and it was perfect because I was a hippie wannabe, as you can maybe tell by, some of my stuff, but also disco clothes rocked because straight guys, gay guys, they all dressed up, every guy was wearing, cool shirts and, John Travolta, you dressed up. I guess that's, speaking of fashion, being the tail end of the boomers and being a Hollywood kid, you dressed up, you go on the plane. And I know people are going, but I'd rather be comfortable. Okay. I get it. But I miss the glamour and just, I can't go to I look like I'm in a costume parade if I go to the theater and wear a tie, because people are just like, honey, get out of the garage. It's time for the, the play. All right. And they slip on their, nasty sandals, and they got their cargo shorts and their backpack or, whatever. And I just miss I miss the days that I grew up in where people, put it on.
In my brain, I'm picturing the iconic picture. I think it's of Jackie Onassis, like outside of a plane wearing the adorable little suit and the hat. It's like people would, like you said, you would get on a plane and you would dress like you're going, to the Oscars, right? I mean, it was just, and now we're wearing leggings. So
Yeah,
yeah.
flip-flops and sweatpants.
Right.
Yep. And I mean, I was sitting next to a guy that I swear it was his boxers and just an undershirt, tank top, but it's over. And I need to just realize it's not coming, it's not coming back. I will, speaking of fashion, say when I graduated from, I went to the baby boomer again. There was no room in the public school. So my parents had to put me in this Lutheran, private school. And they had a kindergarten graduation with caps and gowns, right? My mom, so shy, she shows up wearing one of those Audrey Hepburn big, like basket weave black hats, with a huge brim. She's wearing her opera length kid gloves with her charm bracelet, on the outside of the gloves. She's wearing a wool cape dress. This is something very popular in the 60s. It just had, you had a dress underneath, but it was like this cape and it had slits and you'd put your arms through. And I just remember even at 6, little gay boy, right? It's like, really, woman? This is my moment. And look at you. And she had the big Jackie O, dark glasses that covered up half her face. And I just went, why can't you look like the other moms?
But that sounds so special, and I love that. And I think
we
should.
And I kicked it. Now I was like, "You go, man. You go, mama."
Yeah, we're bringing that back. We're bringing this back. Come on. We're bringing it all back. It's all coming back. So okay, we're gonna take some questions that have been posted in the comments, and then Ace will ask one more, and then we'll go to the game. So here's from the crowd, from Maureen. They want to know about your book.
Hi, Maureen. Yeah, a little snafu. How to be, I thought this might come up. Having had a little creative speed bumps. So although most of it is written, I've had to go back to the drawing board as far as getting a team together. The muses shut down in my head and I had to take to my bed over this, but I'm coming out and, I've had some people who are in the literary world help set me up with some new folks. So I'm interviewing people right now to help me get to the next level. But there has been a setback. So I know Christmas was what we were talking about. I really doubt that. But thank you for caring and wanting to know what's going on with that. It's not over. It's not over yet.
Okay.
Or as Liquid Snake would say, it's not over yet.
Ooh, that's okay. All right. Here's the next one from Kayla. 35 years later, what is it like going to conventions with Rob, Townsend, and Barry?
Rob, this last month was our 10th anniversary of going to conventions together. I went kicking and screaming. Rob said, had already started doing it, and he said, guys, let's go out to dinner. We hadn't seen each other I saw Townsend now and then, but not a lot. We hadn't really been in touch. We went out to dinner and it was like 5 minutes had gone by, and we had this wonderful time. And so we went, okay, we'll do it. And I got to tell you, it's been one of the most wonderful experiences of my life, not only meeting the fans and, to speak, Ace, what you're saying about self-deprecating, to go, well, really? Me? Me? Like my friend Heather, who said, it's just a stupid sci-fi show. And I'm like, it's a cartoon, but it's obviously so much more. But, oh shit, I've lost what was I saying? Oh my God. Old
The
people.
conventions of them, like it felt like 5 minutes had passed.
So we were just in Chicago, and people are asking their questions on our panel. And they were saying, what are some of your most memorable experiences together? And it was brought up the time that they had to call an ambulance for me in the middle of a session.
Oh.
And we're relating the story which included Rob and Townie getting in the ambulance with me and going to the emergency. And Townie, tears just start filling his eyes, and the rest of us lost it. And it's like, I get when I think about it, but those boys were there for me. And 40 years later, 40 years, y'all, Townie just looks at me with his eyes full of tears, and his lips starts going. And in the middle of the panel, we just stood up and we had this 4 old dudes, doing this big bear hug. And it's like, we'll get back to you guys. We got a moment right here. And it was just almost like, wow, that's deeper than any of us had remembered, because we hadn't talked about that, believe it or not. So it's delightful. And how lucky are we that we actually like each other? And I'm not bullshitting you. There's plenty of people that I've worked with where it's like, I'm good.
Yeah. Like, you stay there, I'll stay here. Yeah. But
not so with the boys.
There's something so dynamic about the 4 of you together that it's like your panels are some of my favorite that I've ever seen. The last one, when I saw you in Columbus, I believe it was, we got your rendition of the Brady Bunch in Spanish, which was like, oh my goodness gracious. And the 4 of y'all also, with the entire audience, everybody was singing Happy Together from the Turtles. Oh
I love when that happens.
Wow.
Somebody was saying this weekend, Cam, you got to get the boys in the studio, and you've actually got to lay down Happy Together, because we all sing. And it's like, okay, put it on the list.
Yeah, I think you should. Where do we sign up? How do we make that happen? Where's the, okay, let's see. Let's do one more question from the crowd. This one's kind of interesting. Was it a big challenge to voice Leonardo because he never had funny lines? I mean, he had some, but do the positives of voicing him outweigh the negatives? Are there negatives?
After I got my ego out of the way and got on board, a lot of y'all have heard this. Townie and I, it was literally a coin toss as to who was going to be Michelangelo and who's going to be Leonardo, and we were going to switch after first read through, and they just went, no, we're good. I'm like, no, I need to try Michelangelo. I want to be Michelangelo. So I got these 3 goofy clowns, bouncing off the walls with, Donatello's the Brainiac and Surfer Mikey and Rob being the smart aleck. And I'm the straight guy, pardon the expression. And I wanted to be a goofball like they were. And so I started inching him into parody, kind of like what Townie and I did on The Tick, where I did get to be a superhero spoof. And the director pulls me out into the hall. What are you doing? Well, I'm just trying to, it's kind of like on Password. What are you doing? Well, I'm trying to be funny. Well, don't, She said, you're the leader. That's your gig. And it just so upset me that I didn't get to be silly. But once I got on board, someone's it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. And actually I was fine once I realized that they got to have, comic teams over the decades, There's the straight guy and there's the funny guy, Abbott and Costello and Laurel and Hardy and Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. It's kind of people don't realize that it can be difficult to be the straight guy, and the focus goes to the other guy, but he's not funny without the straight guy, setting up just like volleyball or or doubles in tennis.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that Turtles would fail without Cam as this straight Leonardo, but I had to get on board. And once I let go, it was delightful.
Yeah.
And I got to do other shows where I got to be goofy and zany and stuff. So it's like, Cam, just get over it. There's other work to be done that'll have the colors that you truly enjoy, being either horrible villains or goofy idiots,
Fair enough. Ace, do you want to ask one more and then we'll go to our game?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we were talking about singing the Turtle song and whatnot a minute ago. And, you released your album Inside Out and also an album of Christmas covers.
Yeah.
Do you think in the future we could see some more musical output from you, and when?
Oh, well, funny you should ask. Because of my family background, we were known for Christmas, Christmas specials like, Andy Williams or the Osmonds, Donnie and Marie or whoever it was doing Christmas shows. So Christmas is just like musically is huge for me. So I'm not doing a full album, but I plan on releasing for your cozy holiday pleasure, just a little handful of some Christmas gems. One in particular, I have not found it ever recorded except on the cast album. It's a Christmas song that was in the Broadway musical Promises, Promises, which is based on the movie The Apartment. And I looked on iTunes, and maybe y'all can find if I'm a big liar, but it's just called Christmas Day. And I've never found it recorded other than just on the cast album. So I chose that. And a couple other pieces. So just looking for stuff that isn't overly recorded, and also turning certain tunes that you may have heard of, turning them on their ear,
Awesome.
I'm so excited. So
Are you a Christmas baby? Do you like Christmas music?
So, okay. So here's the thing, Cam. So I'm Jewish, but I am married to a non-Jew. And because I'm Jewish, I've always, and especially like as an adult now, we get to choose how we want to celebrate. We get to choose what I have a Christmas tree every year now. I am a Christmas, like, give me everything Christmas. I am obsessed. I love it. It's because for me, like, the meaning is different. For me, it wasn't like waking up and seeing what was under the tree. I never got that. I had my menorah, and that was awesome as well. But now
we Gentiles were always jealous of you guys growing up because you got a present every day.
We sure did. But now that I have my own family, here's my plan for this year now, Cam. I'm going to get a fireplace. I'm going to drink hot chocolate. I'm going to light a scented candle, and I'm going to listen to all the Christmas songs that you're going to
listen to Cam Clarke's Christmas album.
Yep, that's part of it now. That'll be my new tradition.
Ace, are you going to record a Christmas song duet with me?
I would love that. And I was going to interject that into the question, but I didn't want to make it about me. And B, I actually did a Christmas EP with LA Guns about 3 years ago. So we'll have to swap our Christmas records.
Stop. Oh my God. You guys heard it here. We're going to make this happen. An Ace Von Townsend, Cam Clarke Christmas crossover. Oh my God. And then I'll throw in like a Hava Nagila or a dreidel or something. So
great.
Yeah, I'm available. Okay, so our producer is telling us that he wants to do one more question before the game. So, okay, your favorite monster: Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers. And who's your favorite? Who's your favorite monster?
You mean besides my dad?
Yeah,
we have to rule out the hideous sun demon. Oh, golly, how do I not already have this on the tip of my tongue? Well, oh gosh. Oh my, I can't believe I'm stumped. You know what's going to happen at 2 a.m.? I'm going to bolt up in bed. Oh God, this is like being on Super Password and totally blowing it.
The password is no, it's okay. How about in the meantime, Ace? We know yours, right? Is yours still swamp thing creature?
There's a giant cardboard cutout of the creature from the Black Lagoon back here. He's my go-to classic creature, but I've got other favorites.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to have me back on another time so I can tell you my favorite monster.
Done. Yeah, absolutely. And
I can't believe I'm without words.
Well, if you do think of it at 2 a.m., call me, text me. I feel like everyone needs to know.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna text you at 2 a.m. and you can just on your next episode say, by the way,
done.
Cam Clarke's, and speaking of movies, Cam Clarke's favorite monster is yeah.
And then we'll have the answer for y'all. Okay, done and done. Okay, guys, it's a cliffhanger.
Okay. One more quick runaway. I'm gonna show you my dad.
Okay, yeah, go. Do it. Oh man. And he's literally
running.
Sprinting into the next room. I love it. This is my favorite thing about like the virtual world, Ace, is like we can do stuff like this and grab things, get things. We can see your gigantic. How tall is the standee? Is it taller than you?
It's probably 5 feet tall.
Oh, my height.
Yeah, it's definitely not full size.
Okay, let's see it.
Ready?
Yes.
Oh wow! Is that Basil Gogos did that?
Wait, can you see? Is it too much shine?
No, we can see it.
Anyway, this is the cover from Famous Monsters of Filmland, and that's my father as the hideous sun demon. I don't know who the illustrator is.
My guess is it'd be Basil, but
did he do a lot of covers for this magazine?
I don't think he did all of them, but he did most.
Because it's beautiful. I wish I had the original. Basil, if you're out there, or your great grandchild is still alive.
Basil, can you hear me?
Typing it in frantically on my phone to see if I can get a hard answer here. That is Basil Gogos' work. I'm actually looking at a signed print of his creature from the Black Lagoon right here.
Wait, you just looked up Hideous Sun Demon. Who's the artist?
Basil Gogos.
Oh, Ace, will you come move with me? I promise you won't have to have sex. I just need a young person to.
Yeah, and signed by the artist. I met him. I believe he's passed away since, but
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fantastic artist.
Dang, but that is a beautiful piece of art. That is so cool.
Let's see your dad one more time. I want to see that again. That was really cool. I was too busy frantically typing to really appreciate it. I was like, I have to know.
On the Google.
I got this light. Why does that? Well,
yeah,
I don't know
if you tilt it down just a little bit, then we can kind of see it better. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So my favorite monster is my father.
There you go. There you go.
I'm still going to text you at 3 a.m.
Please do. I'll keep my phone on tonight just for you, Cam. I'm going to be sitting by my phone like, is he texting me? When's he going to text me? It's going to be like high school all over again.
Refresh.
Okay, Cam, we have a game for you. This is a game of Would You Rather. You're going to do just fine. There's no pressure because guess what? There's no wrong answers.
Because Patty Duke isn't here.
She's not available. Not available. All right. So we're going to bring up the first one and then you get to pick. Okay. Here we go. Here's the first Would You Rather. Okay. Would you rather be in a secret society of turtles or be able to sing with the turtles?
I want to sing with the turtles and I want them to sing with the Ninja Turtles, and we all put out that single of Happy Together. So if you're listening, make it so, number one.
Imagine me and you. I do.
Right.
All right.
Day and night. It's only right.
Yeah, of course. All right. Ace, do you want to read the next one?
Okay, you got it. Would you rather always wear cargo pants like Rocksteady or always wear an eye mask like Leonardo?
Wow. I wear a sleep mask every night.
Okay.
Golly, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go with but I'm gonna have to go. I know I said I like to be fancy, but I think because I wear glasses, wearing the blue bandana would be hard and wouldn't look groovy like Leo. So I'd have to go with Rock's cargo pants.
Okay. We'll have to zhuzh them up a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
can't be
easy.
just khaki. Okay. Sounds good. Good answer. So far, so good. You're killing it, Cam. All right.
Did I win? Am I winning?
You're
So
winning.
far. So far. All right. Here's the next one. Would you rather, okay, eat pizza with bananas as a topping or eat pizza with peas and shrimp as a topping?
Oh my God. They're both
Yeah.
horrific.
And
Are those real pizzas?
Yes.
Oh my God. Next.
Okay. Do you want to
Mama loves all her pizzas the same.
You should have heard what Patty Duke had to answer for this.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, we can call it a mulligan.
See how he did that? You see how he did that?
That's why we keep bringing him back. He's good. All right.
Yeah.
Ace, you want to read the next one?
You got it. Yeah. Okay. So would you rather live in the world of the most recent video game you voiced for, or live in the world of the most recent cartoon you voiced?
These are like both. When I die and go to hell, this will be where I reside.
Oh, no. Okay.
Well, speaking of hell, I just did a kind of a South Park thing where I played Satan on Netflix, I think it was. I don't know the title.
Okay.
What was the most recent video game I did? Recent cartoon, or I'm boring. Your audience is going to walk out because I'm being such a bad would you rather.
No, you're doing great.
I think I'll go with the cartoons.
Okay. Good answer.
Can I live in someone else's cartoon?
Absolutely. Come on down. Yeah.
Right.
No, you're doing great so far. Okay, here's the next one. Ooh, this one's okay. Sorry about this. Would you rather do a session after having your mouth shot up with Novocaine or do a session after eating the world's hottest pepper?
Novocaine.
You like already knew that one. I feel like you were prepared for that.
Because I mean, that won't sound like anything I say, but
like I'll
yes,
use
your
it.
tongue feels like it weighs 400 pounds.
Okay.
No, the hot chili thing, no, not feeling that.
Okay.
If it were a half chewed strawberry, like is what I thought it was, I'd go for the strawberry.
That sounds delicious. I would love a strawberry right now. Okay, we got two more. Ace, you're up.
Would you rather have a neurotic pet ferret like Freddy, or have a lazy but secretly adventurous pet dog like Snoopy?
You guys, these questions are like the train track questions.
No,
They're all horrible.
No.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to go with Freddy because Freddy is loving. Snoopy, it's like, dude, remember Charlie Brown's name, okay? He was a dick. He didn't start out as a dick. The early, because nobody's a bigger. I could go on a game show about Charles Schultz and win every question. He started out as this cute little dog, and then he just was like, meh, meh, and round-headed kid. You know, I'm gonna have to go with Freddy.
Good answer.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes and that red nose.
Good answer.
Freddy.
I support this.
Yes.
You support Freddy?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay, here's the final one, and hopefully.
What already? It's over. We just started your show. It's a two. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back with the second half of Cam Clarke after these messages.
Do 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 do.
Bing bing.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather a Ninja Turtle crossover with Akira or a Ninja Turtle crossover with Monster High?
Oh, well, I would say I'm going to go with Monster High. Because could you just see those teenage turtles walking down the hallway? What? You know, can you hear the music behind them as they walk in? Is like a, it's like a gang. It could be gangs. It'd be like West Side Story. Monsters versus do.
I love it.
That cool boy got a rocket in your pocket.
Ah, yes, I love it. Did you see the new West Side Story, Cam?
I did. I liked it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still mainly an old fan. I loved how they did the song America.
Mhm.
And I loved I Feel Pretty and some of the stuff, but Cool, I thought blew it. And the opening ballet I missed. I appreciate the effort, but there was just, I wanted more singing and dancing. I
Yeah.
loved the Elton John life story musical. That was the last musical that I really loved. Rocket Man.
Rockman. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rocket Man. Great
Yeah.
movie.
So good. Just to pivot ever so slightly, do you? I always think asking favorites is so complicated because it's like, how do you pick a favorite? But
Between Ace and Kid Cadet. Well,
no, my question was going to be favorite musical or favorite song from a musical.
Oh, okay. Favorite song. I know it's cliche, but I got to go there because when I first heard it as a struggling gay teen with what the hell is gonna happen to me, would be Corner of the Sky from Pippin.
Love it. Love Corner of the Sky. Yep.
Yeah. What was the second half of? Oh, favorite musical?
Yeah.
Stage show, I would have to say Chorus Line. Chorus Line. It was, again, a show of my youth. Up until then, I'm seeing my parents' shows, Sound of Music and Oklahoma and King and I. And that was the first show, I think I was like 18, 17 when it came out. And I went, oh my stars.
Yeah.
So that and Godspell. And Godspell.
Classics. Yeah, I used to audition with what was that song, like every day for a week we would try to feel
the wind blow.
Yeah, so good.
I felt nothing.
So good. I am a little shop of horrors and Jesus Christ.
You could be Audrey. Oh, okay. For Easter, you know how some people have Christmas movies they watch every Christmas? Mm-hmm. I watch Superstar every Easter. In fact, Barry Gordon, Donatello, and I were saying how we decided, even though it wasn't a hit, but the film version of Superstar, Jesus Christ Superstar, is a perfect translation from stage to screen.
I love it.
Loved it.
I love it. And I loved the version that they did with Alice Cooper as King Herod. I could watch it on repeat for the rest of my life. It was like, so good. Anyway.
Do you want a trivia? Can I give you a Bible trivia since I was a Mormon missionary? Okay, this is Ace. If you want to go fill your vodka up in your coffee mug, this will be for.
Who told? No, I'm good. I'm here for the long haul, my friend. Let's go.
For those of you who know the show, I'm sorry, and then we'll cut it out. I know you guys got to move on. In the Bible, it is not Herod that has the dream. It is his wife. So that song. Last night I dreamt I saw a Galilean. Da, 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 da. His big song. It's his wife that has the dream, which makes much more drama. If you have the dream, you're on board. But if someone has a dream and says, hey, Ace, I had this dream about you last night, I'd say, step away, you have to have faith that what I'm telling you is worthy of your attention. And in a show that only had one woman, Mary Magdalene, you have a perfect opportunity to have another female player. And it's just, because they're so good with a lot of their Bible stuff in that, why they switched that. I know you're bored. Okay, I'm
not bored at all. I'm thinking about, can they write
taking notes?
Those are literally my two dream roles. Audrey from Little Shop and Mary from Jesus Christ.
I would fall to my knees if I ever met Yvonne Elliman from Jesus Christ Superstar. Had every Yvonne, I know you're watching.
Yvonne, can you hear me?
Dinner on me. I don't mean on me. I mean on me.
Well, either way, this has been such a joy, Cam. You are such a delight. Thank you for keeping us smiling and laughing for the past now almost hour.
What?
I know.
Are people still there? Did they all leave?
They're all still here, and there's more and more that keep joining. They are.
Sorry we didn't get to many of your questions. I talked too long.
No, that's what we're here for. Before we do, unfortunately, have to release you back into the wild, Cam, is there any final thoughts or moments that you want to leave us with here this fine Tuesday?
Oh, golly. Of course, my brain goes to politics, but we don't want to.
You can say whatever you would like to say and whatever you're comfortable with. This is your platform.
Okay. I'm going to give y'all some advice. This is something I do. And if you need to wean off, this is something I do at the holidays. And sadly, because of the condition that I don't want to end on a downer, but this is something to help your heart. And if you want to just do it around the holidays, I turn off the world from Thanksgiving through New Year's. There is no news enters my ears, my head, or my heart. If it's some catastrophe, I'm sure someone will fill me in. But I feel that there's so much negativity that you need to have a media cleanse. And that goes with, I mean, these podcasts are wonderful, and I'm not just blowing smoke, but you need to step away from social, all the voices. Give yourself a break. Is that horrible to say with your show? I mean, this is an entertainment thing.
You're preaching to the choir.
You're social.
But we're here to preach peace and love. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm just, you compare yourself to others when you look at everybody's sparkly, happy Facebook stuff, and just take a vacation, take a camcation from media.
I love it. Camcation. Oh, we're going to put that on a shirt too. I love it.
So true, says Laura. That's right, Laura. Take a camcation. Love you too.
There's a lot of love that is happening right now in the comments. You are so adored, Cam. Before we do wrap it up, though, we are going to go over our upcoming guests that we have coming up before the camcation. So on Thursday, we have the wonderful John Tesh. Next Tuesday.
Tell him I love him.
I will. And we're going to tell him your favorite monster too. Don't forget. We also have Ron and Artie from the Fab Four, who's like the greatest Beatles cover band in the universe. We also have Ming Chen, Liliac, Townsend Coleman is joining us as well. And we also
my password partner.
We have Josh Server from All of That, Michael Aio, who is the creative director for Halloween Horror Nights. We have Jason Marsden, who is from Goofy Movie, all of the wonderful things. And Cam, you let us know when you are available. We know you're a busy man, but when you're available, please, 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 please come back. Please, please.
Thank you, guys. It's been terrific. And Ace, I got a song. Look up the song. I don't even know what kind of song music do you sing? What's your groove?
Well, what do I sing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a guitar player by trade, but I mean, I can sing.
All right. Look up Detroit December.
Okay.
With your
Detroit
voice,
December.
that sounds kind of like a thing. Real obscure. Okay.
All right, Cam.
And I'll see you at Hanukkah.
Woohoo!
Mazel tov, yeah. Thanks for being
Shalom,
here.
chaverim, shalom, chaverim, shalom. Sing with me. Shalom. Lechitraya, lechitraya. Shalom. Shalom.
Oh my gosh. On that note, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Be safe, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Take a camcation now.
Bye, guys.